খেলা হচ্ছে তো ঠিক আছে কি ধ্বংস চলছে
আমি একটু দশটা বলি তুমি নাম বলো
কোসবানা দিবি না কেন কি দিয়ে পুরো দেখো
এবার রিমোটটা গেলা কোথায় গো বাবা পেজ পেজ পেজ
এটা কে চলবে তিনি সাদা করে দেন আমাকে সাদা করে দাও আমাকে সাদা করে সাদা করে সাদা করে
Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn back now. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna light it up. Tonight, we gonna light it up, babe. Tonight, we gonna light it up. Just like the sunrise, we gonna light it up. I just can't let you go. Lord knows that I've tried to. You said I was the only one. No one likes being lied to. You made this mess and left me with the pieces. Now I wanna burn all the bridges between us. I can't focus, I can't forget. I've been thinking too much lately. I just need to clear my head. I just need to clear my head. to repeat it. You made this mess and left me with the pieces. Now I'm gonna burn all the bridges between us. I can't focus, I can't forget. I've been thinking too much lately. I just need to clear my head. I just need to clear my head. I just need to clear my head. I just need to clear my head. I just need to clear my head. I just need to. I just need to clear my head. I just need to. I just need to clear my head. I just need to. I just need to clear my head. I just need to. I just need to clear my head. I can't focus, I can't forget. I've been thinking too much lately. I just need to clear my head. I just need to clear my head. Oh, clear my head. I just need to clear my head. I just need to clear my head.
Match found. Deathmatch. Warm up.
We have plenty of time, oh. Here and now. Be here and
Fight!
now. I am with you. We are strong. Trinity, you're welcome. Quadra.
Dominating. Remaining. 5 kills remaining.
Killer. Enemy.
1 kill remaining.
Trinity, you're welcome. One more. As I myself predicted.
Match found.
दाओ उनको तो एक्टिविटी दो.
Death match. Warm up.
I'll do my job, you do yours.
Fight.
Let's have some fun. Pitiful. Killed the rat! Dusted.
রাখো
বেলা 12টা রাত্রি 12টা বাজে এখনো খাওয়া দাওয়া হয়নি এরপরে খেলে কখনো হজম হয়
Nerd.
Ten kills remaining. One kill remaining.
Scanning ahead. There they are.
Show off plays coming out.
All right, well, as we get ready for our second map on Ascent, and these teams are going to get their picks up, and we'll see what we're going to be playing with going into that map there. I think for me, I'm really looking at the rest of Heretics. We know you got the skill. Zeke is a world champion. Mixwell's a legend. Boo's calling pretty solid and also hitting some nasty shots himself.
He really impressed me individually in that
He
map.
did. He did, and I think that there was a lot of positives, Mimi, to take away from that, but that is a 13-8 loss for Heretics. They're going to be licking their wounds, but they don't have a lot of time to think about it, and they got to have this game plan solid, laid out, because you know EG has one of their own.
Yeah, and Ascent is another one of those maps where you can really take over one half. You were talking about that earlier, Seth, and for this side of Heretics, they need to get this attack side calling down.
Yeah. Needs to be clean if they want to be walking away with the win. I mean, granted, this is their map pick, so we should anticipate that they're going to be a little bit more prepared. But I think this is certainly not. There's no way.
Well, this will be a very interesting Prime Gaming Agent select if that is necessary.
I mean, you say the chamber hover, I'm looking at the Phoenix hover as well. This has got to be bait.
I mean, I think it's going to come through. Thus far, pretty normal stuff from both sides. Calm is going to play the Sova instead of the Killjoy. So it is going to be Boostio going over to that one. I'm glad they got rid of the Phoenix. That was kind of a gimmick before. And Heretics do as well. Normalcy on both these sides. I'm very glad to see that.
I mean, this is perfectly mirrored compositions across both of these teams. This is entirely going to come down to prep, mid-round adjustments, and just raw aim.
Yeah, 𝐒𝐄𝐄𝐒.
Anyone's game round.
𝐒𝐿UX has been here before. This is his time to show us what he's got, because this is 𝐴𝐺IMO's first rodeo. 𝐒𝐿UX should be able to shut it down.
And if there's a player to step up in that moment, we already saw it in game one, it could very well be 𝐒𝐿UX. So let's now go ahead and send it back to your casters for map number 2. I hope they're having a good time, because I sure as hell am. It's Mitch and Tom.
Golden boy, when have I ever had a bad time when you're around? Come on. We're having a great time up here, and I gotta say the one thing that's confused me a little bit though, and that agent select, Zeke.
Yeah, I see. Like, I will agree with Mimi in the fact that in terms of the agents that were chosen, they are normal.
Normal agents, all good.
In terms of the people who have chosen those agents, not so much. Zeke playing a Killjoy is something that has literally never happened before, and I can only really read into it the fact that Mixwell was brought in to almost play that Sentinel, as he had done on some other rosters. I'll be honest with you, it wasn't amazing. So now they've switched that role between multiple different players. Boo was playing it in the last map as more of a flex. He's now on Sova. So it's almost like this team is very interchangeable in their roles. It's just whether or not it's good.
Yeah, it's a weird thing to see. Mixwell coming in playing the agent of Zeke, world champion. But then again, we haven't seen him since then, right?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, that's what a team is. You're not always going to come in playing your primary role. Let's see how this one goes already. Team Heretics taking it right into the site. 𝐒𝐿UX good for one. But the trade is clean. The nano delays the rest of the team. And it looks like Boostio might even get out. He's being spotted though, and that's a clean kill.
Yeah, again, solid flash. That one coming through from Mixwell. That's happened a couple of times where they have a lot of these sort of flash and dash setups coming out to give 𝐒𝐿UX that opener. The fact that they managed to get a second one, though, that makes things a bit more interesting. Now, Ethan has pushed up into mid. Now, he's got a Frenzy, so obviously the range is not really going to be in his favor. So I don't know how much further than this he's going to be able to go. And it seems like they're waiting for him, just watching. And with him being spotted, he now has the decision to almost fall back.
Yeah, I mean, EG don't really have the ability to contain here. And, well, 𝐴𝐺IMO, they've popped a nade down. That's going to delay a little longer, but they've still got a bit of time. Those spams through the smoke, on the other hand, massive damage. 13 HP left on Zeke, 68 on Mixwell. And what was previously, I mean, 10 seconds. Oh, there's going to be a fight in mid. And that's gone Team Heretics' way despite the low HP. BCJ left on 30, and he's got 2 opponents to deal with. Mixwell low. Look, this has been a scrappy round so far. But they're still in with a chance on EG.
BCJ desperately low on health. Needs an instant kill, and he's not going to get anything for it. Heretics have got themselves, I believe, their first pistol in this series. That was one of the main problems in the last map, is they started things off incredibly slow. Now, I'll be honest with you, in terms of this series, this will be the map that I expect them to take. A level playing field in terms of individual brilliance in the last map. I feel like a lot of it came around them having some really cool setups and takes. Now we're going into much more default ground when we're on Ascent, and that's where I think individually we've seen some very good stuff from the side of Heretics. It's whether or not there's been those same sort of creative ideas on the side of EG. Now for now, they've got a bit of a stack up in towards that A side, Mitch.
We do, yeah. It's a little dangerous with the clear intention from Heretics being to fight this side of the map. Watching for mid and B with just one player. That's Zeke holding it down on his own. Now, I think it's going to be interesting to see how this pans out. Zeke playing the Sentinel and Mixwell on the Initiator, because we have a position here where Mixwell, in the previous round, when he popped that support flash for 𝐒𝐄𝐂𝐒, he's last man into the site there. This is leaving, so basically, he can't do that if he's lurking, right? If he was playing a Killjoy over on B, it would have to be Zeke last guy in, if he's the flash, to play that exact role. So I almost feel like there could be a possibility Mixwell's taking this so Zeke can play more aggressive, almost, on the attack side with that Killjoy! Why have they lost so many players already?
He go for a knife because he ran out of bullets! This is one of the messiest rounds I think I've ever seen. What? BCJ just reads it in the smoke, and he's dropped the spike on the ground. Now Zeke does have the Guardian. Maybe not the greatest weapon for close range, but a single bullet will take out one. Trying to fake the time a little bit, and 𝐒𝐿 coming up behind him. Time is going to be absolutely everything. Now the alarm bot is down, so it's going to give the information away. It means that this becomes an isolated fight. Spike's going to be retrieved, but he has to almost plant it here. He can't rotate, he can't go anywhere. So he's looking to try and isolate that final jewel. And with it getting a little bit awkward, he will finally find it. He knows roughly where that last man is going to be in the plant, should be in. Maybe going to find him with the tag at least. That gives the information over to the other side, and an SMG's been picked up. I don't know if he knows he's close, but he finds the shot anyway. That round shouldn't have been remotely close, but luckily Zeke's there to save them.
Actually, there's a good eco for
slightly close. Aggressive play up to A. We said they're stacked up there. There was a danger, but I didn't think they would just bring the danger to them.
They needed a Red Bull clutch in a round where the opponents had shorties.
48 HP on Evolva there. If he goes down, it's already over. They've got so much control at that point. Luckily, he got the kill, but to be that close to a knife. 𝐒𝐿!
Boostio ran out of bullets.
Let's get a 𝐒𝐿 cam right away. This guy's going to be coming through. Odin in hand, already with the reveal, and there's the kill. Zeke down and out. No lurking this time.
That's the only rifle on the floor. Now, it should be very easy to retrieve, and it's going to go into the hands of Mixwell. They've just got information on basically every single player. I think only Evolva didn't get hit by that knife.
Decent shock as well. Stripped some shields, done some damage. And he's still got plenty of bullets left. He's been spacing out his spams. You don't want to see just people mag dumping 100 bullets into the wall. It's not going to do anything, you know? Nobody, at this level at least, is going to be silly enough to run into the spray. But you use it to periodically deny that control. Now you see the drone go through, and now he can start spamming again. Gets back up on top, and we'll hear the rattle in a moment. Oh, he even had the recon. Then he can do it a little bit later. Look, so here's, oh, this is actually nasty, the recon. He's going to time it. He's playing this perfectly. It just depends whether he decides to go for that spam, or rather, when he does, where he's aiming. And it looks like he's moving back towards a passive B setup instead. So Team Heretics will manage to bypass it for now.
Yeah, they've smoked the alarm bot as well. So that's not going to be the information there. Just that small piece of utility has managed to put the pressure onto 𝐒𝐿. First goes his way with the Odin. He is going to get tagged up and wallbanged as well. Mixwell looking good so far, and now the Odin's in enemy hands.
The only rifle they had was a Guardian. You know, they had the chance to spam back at the start of the round, but they did it in the end. And now an Odin picked up for Boo, a recon. 20 seconds till that's going to be back online, and that means a last-second exec here from EG even gets a little more dangerous. They're starting to make their way in already, looking for space. Mixwell up close, going to be a massive danger. He's gone for the blade, swinging up in, and they had absolutely no idea, no iota what was coming their way, and the Odin wallbang to close it out. 3-0. They chose an early Odin investment, and they have paid the price.
So, let me get this straight. Team Heretics playing against some shorties, some classics, maybe a frenzy. I don't know.
I think there might have been a single frenzy.
I don't really remember. I don't think it matters.
Big difference that makes.
One person survived. And when they run into a round with a Guardian, a Spectre, and a few pistols,
where Zeke gets wallbanged right at the start of the round.
Yeah, they lose the Guardian almost instantly. Yeah. They win it with a couple of players alive and retrieve all the weapons.
Yes. You've got that one right, Tom.
Okay.
Yep.
Just wanted to make sure.
Don't know what's so confusing about that.
That's obvious, really.
That's how Valorant works, my guy. I mean, what can we do?
GB saw that one coming months ago.
He predicted that.
He actually sent me a message saying they're about to win this round comfortably.
He predicted that in the Halo days. He knew it all. It's not a surprise, man, honestly. He just has to rub his head like a crystal ball and the visions come to him. 3-0 right now. Weak weapons for EG. We know what that means. It's going to be a big round from the defenders. Just kidding. 𝐒𝐄𝐂's already dead. Close corner for Ethan. That's one good damage. They need a follow-up, though. And so far, that follow-up's just not there. Nicely handled by Heretics all in all. And 𝐒𝐿 ain't even going to die. Yes, he's just about back up.
Yeah, they actually did quite a bit of damage. Like 𝐒𝐿 going down to 4 HP, but ultimately with only one player being lost, it's not going to be too big of a deal for Heretics. And you also have to remember the players like Boo, who managed to pick up an Odin in the last round, currently have 6,800 credits, so not going to be too much trouble for them. A flyer of a start for Team Heretics. Bear in mind, last map didn't go their way, lost both pistols. They're now 4-0 up, and I'm even more gobsmacked. The man who is leading the charge, this is his first time on this agent. And it's on attack as well.
Like I said, you know, I almost love what they're doing here. I think giving him the freedom to play one side of the map by himself, if I'm picking anyone on their team, but it's probably 𝐒𝐿, but if I'm picking anyone else on their team, yeah, it's going to be 𝐒𝐿 to go play that role. And of course, 𝐒𝐿's often going to be taking the space and being the spear for the team. So I looked at this comp initially and I was like, is this 𝐒𝐿 just like egoing the agent, being like, hey, 𝐒𝐿, you're going to learn my old role? But no, instead he's actually come in and I think taking a very modest approach to this and said, I'm going to set you guys up.
His breach on the last map was very supportive. Most of the time he was not in a position at all to take any fights. So it's an interesting start. I also think for EG they need to bounce back now.
Can we see 𝐒𝐿 right now? He's setting up a knife, I think. It's going to be a far one. He's just chucked it. That's going to be making its way. Then he's got a follow-up flash for his teammates to go through. They've got a recon up close. That's so much information. A great late round set play. They'll still have one cycle of utility coming online for post-plant, but they've got to get onto a site, and they've lost 𝐒𝐿.
Yeah, just to peek through the edge of the smoke.
That's a great shock dart
as
well.
Good timing. With 30 seconds left, they still have to push into the entirety of this setup. Now, this is going to force them back, but they're going to be able to delay with the utility they have. They're waiting to the last second to throw down those nanoswarms. That is brilliant from 𝐒𝐿. They're not going to be able to get much of the space whatsoever, and now the remaining players of EG can start pushing back into the site. The turret has just managed to get a kill, and there's only 10 seconds for them to get this spike down. In fact, they have to go back and retrieve it.
All they need to do is deny it. It has to come in here and now, and it's done. They've already conceded. They knew the plant couldn't be secured. And this round will go to EG. Phenomenal stuff. And just a great plan. We saw Team Heretics with their late round info play for mid. Again, perfectly timed at about the 50-second mark to give you that last cycle of utility when you come to either a site push or to playing post plan. But instead, they run into this unstoppable defense.
The thing I love is just how late all of that was utility was left. Like that's the thing. Obviously, 𝐒𝐿 knows they can't have pushed up that far because of the alarm bot in the first place, but he knows they're going to run it in the last 4 seconds. So that's when he pops the util com. What is this? Why are you fighting this with it? Oh, he's going to get the kill! 𝐒𝐿𝐿's found on the other side of the map as well. He gets dinked instantly and still swings.
Tom, all I'm going to say is if I try that in ranked, you are going to scream at me for the next
because you'll
minute.
die instantly.
Know, but it's a play, and I've seen it in pro play. I'm going to do it in ranked now.
Also, you don't have the dart that gets in the...
That is also, yes, that is also very accurate, but I don't need to hear your negativity. What a gorgeous play from 𝐒𝐿. I'm really enjoying this early round Odin. Look, that aside, they have the advantage, and Team Heretics do not seem to be getting any ground. Another player dropped. The spike confirmed to be outside of A, and at this point, it's like reading a children's novel. This should be easy as can be for EG. Not taking a step wrong to close.
Yeah, really nice round from 𝐒𝐿𝐿 especially. Like just being able to almost work with the Havoc. That was the plan off the back of that. Like you have this aggressive Odin play, the dart, to force them back and almost shimmy them back towards the B site. And in the meantime, he gets aggressive. So while they're losing mid control on the attack, they're also being pressured in B main. But they don't expect that. They're trying to reclaim positioning. So
he should have died so much earlier.
Yes, he got dinked instantly. He literally got headshot through the wall at the very first second and then went, no, I'm still going to swing this.
You will literally see like an op holding that angle given less respect from the other team. He's spraying with Nodin and they're like, I don't want to peek. Oh my god, he's going all the way.
They insta-flash.
Still going.
This is such an aggressive play. They had a dart to set him up as well. Just trying to catch Heretics off guard, and that's exactly what they've done.
Just a full anime battle, everything being thrown at this main. And in the end, look, they end up barely even, but a quick kill pulls it right back. The map control for Heretics here.
A little slow Victor.
They've got main, and they might be able to fight their way back out, but still two players waiting on the site. Calm knows that push can be coming through, and the flash on the other side was actually was that 𝐒𝐿's flash?
Yeah, I think so.
Unlucky.
No, it didn't catch him this time. They attempted it before, hoping for, I think, a very optimistic spam. Already Avova just trying to take the space. The utility is sublime. The tags coming through in almost every single scenario. 𝐒𝐿's darts have been on point. I'd almost like to see them highlighted going forward, because he's been catching people every single time. Now 𝐒𝐿's trying to just thread the needle here, but there are 3 players waiting in towards the spawn. Boo hoping he can chip them up with a little bit of extra damage, but they have another player watching in case 𝐒𝐿 tries this exact play.
Yeah, again, in these sort of scenarios, with a man advantage as strong as it is, they just have to understand what part of the map they've conceded control of, and they understood it perfectly. Locking down spawn with 2, watching their back, and having a player on site comfortable to stay passive and wait for that drop to come through. There was 0 space given to Heretics here, and again, short of a massive individual play, there was never going to be a result that favored them. 𝐒𝐿 walking out with 3. And a strong start to this map for the attack side of Heretics, but 𝐒𝐿 quickly on their heels.
Yeah, this is the thing. I will say I imagine Heretics are going to be a fairly momentum-based team in general, but I also think that going into the defense, they could have a really stellar half. That's where you expect to see 𝐒𝐿 pull in the operator and really put up the majority of his numbers, and it's where the rest of the team kind of have to step up here. The thing is, though, 𝐒𝐿, I sort of said it, like, you're not going to see a mass amount of new stuff when it comes to a set, but they do have some cool set plays. And that little flash not only blinded 𝐒𝐿, but blinded the turret. So he was able to push all the way up and catch him off guard without any information going the other way. That's just a beautiful little play. And then after that, he throws down a smoke and they dart behind. So that not only after getting the first kill, he might be able to find more. These are just minute details that 𝐒𝐿 are putting in because they are so around these sort of set plays with people like Potter, who is, I don't know, she's clearly doing an amazing job.
You know, it even sounds like almost less impressive when you consider the fact that, like, these guys didn't just go for it, the play in main, the flash, and then decide to recon. That recon was there from the start. Yeah. Bounced off. They intended not just to fight for main, but to make that dash play into a cloud burst and then spam them through the smoke with the reveal from the very beginning. I mean, the amount of utility thrown into that early play, look, it's costly, but you're either getting kills like he did, whiffing, which, you know, you don't have to account for that. And then the other thing is free map control. You spend all that utility and go, nobody here. Let's rotate everyone else to the other side, and they will be none the wiser. Just fantastic early play, and like you say, it's when you got someone like Potter sitting there. We've seen the telestrators, the analyst desks in the past, but she's working wonders with this team.
Well, let's see what the response will be here.
Here we go.
From Heretics. Have they got anything? This time it's completely different. It's not an Odin on short, it's the operator, but instantly smoked off.
Same play on mid. Knife reveal, slow peek up. Drone to answer it back on the other side, though. That's a good denial. Thing is, though, they've used a lot of refreshing utility here on Heretics, like a knife, a recon dart. Those things you get back. You don't get that drone back.
Is he trying to wait for the bot? I thought he was going to just spam a shot through, see if he can catch something on the cross. Dart, again, catches a couple of players. Just getting that information for 𝐒𝐿, which they so desperately desire. And in the meantime, just to clear out some of these closer angles, Heretics are going to have to use the drone.
The benefit here, pushing those players back, stealing information from their hands. Look at the response. 𝐒𝐿 look to fight for short, and Ethan has the perfect flash. Not the perfect execution after, but it's at least got them the info, and that'll get the old pop. That sent Heretics running to the other side of the map.
Yeah, the thing is, though, the setup's still ready for them. Turret watching, Ethan's also going to catch out of over, so no smokes to try and make this play work. 𝐒𝐿 rotating, 𝐒𝐿 on the cross. They are very ready for this, but 𝐒𝐿 wins the battle. It's traded back in mid, their lurk is gone, and 𝐒𝐿 now trying to get that bit more aggressive. They have been slaughtered as they try and enter the B site. And 𝐒𝐿, just moments ago, was sat 0-4. Wow, they're level again.
Right back into it, and with that streak of rounds, they've put Heretics onto an 𝐒𝐿𝐄𝐒. From 4-0 down, they might just steal the lead out of Heretics' hands. And another gorgeous round. You know, 𝐒𝐿𝐄𝐒 checking for the player up on mid as well with that late of a push, with the fact that they had faked the A player at least had been on short not that long ago and quickly shifted, running away from 𝐒𝐄𝐄, still in a player fake A, by the way. After all of that, you don't... I didn't expect the guy to be there, and I could see the mini-map, but he checked it, took the kill, and, well, then the one in spawn realizes he's tagged him, switches to the shorty. You gotta love it. This is the chance here for EG to walk away with the lead, and they should get it done. 5 sheriffs and no ultimates to back them up. Just a from the shadows for Revova, and, well, if you've seen this game before, you know that's not going to change too much.
See how big the Mitchman curse is today.
Yeah, I watch him like TP right behind someone, they don't hear him somehow.
There'll be a moment now where he needs to steal the spike and take it to the other side of the map.
Plan some 1v5s or something, yeah.
See, even though they didn't spot Zeke, they've spotted the activated turret. They still know that there was a player around this position just moments ago. The knife not really going to give too much over on the A side, but it's very passive. EG know what they're up against. Not taking too many risks and basically just waiting for their opponents to try and find something. And now Heretics are excellent in these sort of pistol rounds, but they're just being given nothing.
And I've saved this time, and there's not going to be a dash to play with on the other side. A chance to do some damage, and they did manage one tag, but it's just going to be reset. Closing the distance at least, but with Sheriffs, how much can they expect here? The shorty on the other side having a whale of a time up close of overrun. He's got to reload at least, buys him a little bit more time, but there's too many players. EG were 4-0 down. Without losing a round, they've taken the lead back. This series might be under a little bit of threat for EMEA fans out there.
But that's the thing, as said, I do expect Heretics to be a lot better on the defense of this map. The issue I have is if they just get bodied out of the late stages of this half, I don't know if they have the stones to turn it around. But that's the thing, if this just goes from 4-0 to ace-4, I don't know if they're mentally going to be in it anymore. Especially someone like 𝐒𝐿, as we've said before. He's very up and down, and so far in this game, he has been struggling.
Well, we saw that 20 kills in one half, 3 in the next.
In the defensive
a complete change of roles, though, right? And this is the attack again, where 𝐒𝐿 can be slow. That's all fine. Next half, he can make the comeback, but they need enough rounds. They've already got 4, and there's an opening duel for 𝐒𝐿. This could be the turning point for Team Heretics.
Yeah, good dart to get them that info. Getting 𝐒𝐄𝐄𝐒 out of there. He's caused them so many issues with his aggressive plays. Pushing B main, playing into mid. Finally, they've managed to shut him down. The thing is, though, instead of giving up that control and trying to play more passively, it's actually the opposite from EG. They have 2 players challenging, and they have deep B main control, which might not be expected just because of where the turret is.
Oh, VCT, you need to go huge! That's gonna do it! A quick double, but unfortunately, we've seen Mixwell pop the ulties right back online. boostio, though, wants to shut it down, keep those kills in their favor. 3 versus 3, ability to fight back in. Ethan's got a kill, and they have a lockdown. This should be a round for EG. Team Heretics need to find an advantage. They can't just sit down and wait for the retake to... They can't just sit down and wait for the retake to come through, and here's a problem now. Okay, maybe not. Mixwell's fighting for it. He's trying to make up for that flash. If only he still had one. Time to run away.
Oh, Zeke's managed to find one, but he needs his teammate to try and hold on here. Mixwell, he gets the final kill. I don't know how that round ended up going their way. Obviously, he expected the door to be broken.
Yeah.
It just looks very, very funny. But the fact that he manages to clutch it out in the end, currently sat top of the board, 9 and 7, 13 assists. Come on, guys. I said you do this late in the day. This wasn't late in the day.
To be fair, you know what? You know what, to our replay guys out there, that one's okay. I greenlight that one. That was a funny one. The fact that he just stared at the door and then went, flash. It's just so great. He obviously thought they were about to break it, or his teammate was, whatever.
That was such a weird battle. Both players after the dash, waiting for their gun to come out. A lot of damage done onto 𝐒𝐿. A shock dart here would put him in the grave. And there it is.
On the mark.
I guess nothing.
फालतू
Would have been trapped within it, but it was a sacrificial play, a bit like what Ethan's doing. Just running through. 2 headshots instantaneously. Does he know, though, there's a player on the site? Seemingly not. 𝐶𝐿's taken a lot of damage. 2 players tagged up, and Boo is now holding onto that cross. Just making sure that nobody has already made it forward, giving over the all clear to try and get this spike down.
Problem's always going to be a player walking down those stairs. Now they know where he is as well, and there's a flank coming through. Boo's in a lot of trouble. 30 bullets left, 27 now, and he's dead. 0 with boostio dropping him. It's all onto 𝐒𝐿. This man has had more clutches than I can count. It's time to put another on the board. If Team Heretics are to hit 6 here, have any chance of winning the half, that's the first. But in comes the deadly duo, Ethan and boostio. Low HP on Ethan. boostio doesn't even need his teammate. Well handled, 6 found. And the lead's still possible for EG at the halftime.
But that's the thing. Like, EG are just so disruptive in the manner of which they play. Like, not only when the lockdown was placed, somebody tries to, like, go into the smoke. You see the initial aggression as well from 𝐒𝐿𝐿, just trying to do that extra damage. But then you also have Ethan flashing through the smoke and finding 2 kills. Like, Heretics are trying to find some sort of rhythm, and each time they just get someone just jabbing them in the ribs. It is a tough, tough match for them right now, and it's an even tougher buy.
It really feels like it's just a game where both teams are attempting to disrupt the other one. They have their strategies, which rely on making you uncomfortable, put you on the back foot. And, well, it's a treat to watch for now, at least. Team Heretics, when they swap to the defense, this man here, 𝐒𝐿𝐿, I expect to do a lot more. It's where he'll put up the big numbers for now. They've got one more round on the attack to try and pick it up. 𝐒𝐿𝐿 could be in trouble here. That's just a sheriff. He didn't stand a chance.
Yeah, a bit of an optimistic fight to take. But in a round like this, you almost have to be a little bit more aggressive. 𝐒𝐿𝐿's into the site. He is the man that needs to go huge. First kill is Wade, trying to take it all. And a little bit unlucky. BCJ full sprint, headshot him through the floor. But they are blinded. A 3v3. Weaponry for 𝐒𝐿𝐿, weaponry for 𝐒𝐿𝐿. It's possible.
It looks like we got another weapon picked up. It's not quite the same caliber. Rocking in with the Spectre, but it'll do something at least. Quick tag up top, that's going to slow your push. 𝐒𝐿𝐿, he's inside the smoke, he's up close, there's a kill! But it's traded right back out. The dash into the site from 𝐒𝐿𝐿, and he's caught another what? I need a replay of that. But immediately, what in the... How? That's 7-5 at the half. Well deserved from EG. From 4-0 down, they've put 7-1 on the board.
A really, really impressive resurgence, and this round may be a little bit closer than it should have been. A nice attempt for them to bring this one home, but 𝐒𝐿𝐿 not only getting the first entry back in, but just finding absolutely everything as he dashes back into the smoke. We're definitely going to need to see quite a lot more of that, though, as they're going to be heading into the second half. They're going to be moving on to that attacker side. But first, we have a few people on the desk who want to have a chat.
We love chatting. We're big chatting fans.
Absolutely.
Yes, what a game and a start there. Obviously mirror compositions, but you're always looking to see what are going to be those small little details between each team that stands out. And I think for EG, you know, 𝐒𝐿𝐿 right at the end there, definitely living up to why the hype is real. But let's actually look back on that half there and reflect on it, because it really was a lot of great little takeaways from each side and some flubs as well.
Yeah, I think this was kind of echoes of Pearl for me, in that some of the mistakes that were being made by Team Heretics felt very similar to the issues that they had on the attacking side. This is one example. This round started off pretty rough. 𝐒𝐿𝐿 actually misses out on a smoke in mid here that leads to a kill happening in that area of the map. Or excuse me, it's actually BCJ's. I didn't realize that at the time, but yeah, very nicely played here to peek out by Ethan. He gets that big opening kill onto 𝐒𝐿𝐿. There's a lot of smokes in the mix there mid, but a little bit later into that round as well, that's where things kind of fell apart. They absolutely ran out of time on that site execute when they tried to split back into that A site, and at that point, it really fell apart. That was the breaking point where then the rounds, one after another, fell away from this team, and EG got their foot on the defense.
Yeah, I mean, they just took the momentum and ran with it. And honestly, in those first 4 rounds, we were seeing some uncharacteristic, you know, compared to Pearl, some uncharacteristic mistakes from EG, where it felt like they had these rounds in hand, but then they just had them slip. I agree with you. It does feel like Pearl, though, right now, and that's because this attacking side coming out from Heretics is again falling short. This time, it's not a 6-6, it's a 7-5 as they get ready to flip over to the opposite side. We saw that they had a decent defending side when they were there on Pearl. We saw that 𝐒𝐿𝐿 was able to really pop off as the defending Jet. He needs to be able to do that now if they want to get themselves back into this, because right now, from what we've been seeing, especially in these last few rounds, EG, they are very much in the driver's seat, and they're not letting go of the wheel.
Yeah, they very much are here. But I think there is some hope here for the side of Heretics. They tend to be better on the defense, and EG, I think they could struggle to get a footing here. It's going to come down again to these side anchors from Team Heretics and how much they can get done. If they can't do that, they're headed home.
Yeah, well, this is it, folks, for the Heretics, and EG could very well go with a 2-0 win. I mean, this matchup has been bonkers. Let's send it back over to Mitch and Tom for the second half.
Thank you very much, Golden Boy, Mimi, and 𝐒𝐄𝐂𝐒. We have got a second half lineup here that certainly excites me. Team Heretics moving on to this defensive side. 1,024 days. We saw 763 for PaperX. Mixwell's putting up a few more numbers there. He's been here since day one, back in Team Mixwell, and all the way back then, we knew him. And a lot of these players, even on the same rosters, for being strong on Ascent, for putting up defensive sides here. If they're gonna do it, this is the place to make that stand, but Evolva down right away puts the A side under threat.
Oh, a freebie at least. We'll turn it back into a 4 versus 4. I think they're probably gonna wait to try and play the retake. A bit of a longer rotation coming through from 𝐒𝐿. In the meantime, also got this aggressive push. It's expected. It's being watched for. I don't know if he's going to get too much from this, but even still, time has been bought. Now they look to reposition, go back towards that main spot as the retake begins.
2 frenzies on the drop down, just shredding them, turning them to Swiss cheese. 𝐒 hitting every single shot, and no chance he's stopping anytime soon. 4 kills for this man. He was impressive with a Yoru and a frenzy and the pistol. Doing it here on the KO, and both times it didn't matter what agent he was playing. It's just about shooting people. 8 rounds for EG and another nail in the coffin for Heretics.
That's the thing. I think coming into this series, Ethan was one of those players where I was like, okay, he's been on a lot of good teams in Valorant, but I don't think I've seen the best of him. I think going back to previous FPS games, he was a talent, a true talent within the game. So the fact that he is performing this well, he was the best player in the first map. He's looking like he might be the same in this one.
It's also worth mentioning, because we focused on 𝐒𝐿 a lot, obviously. I mean, Boo, I know him as a top-tier controller.
Yes.
Obviously, Evolva, though, is even higher above. You know, he has reached the highest heights across his career in Valorant, and he's been here since day one, much like Boo. So, again, something to note, just that Boo not playing on a role that we typically see him, and I think we field much better results on that controller. It's teething issues for Team Heretics, and then you can see those things over time, but they better start to figure it out here and now. Only a couple of rounds for it to slip away. And I say here and now, I more so mean the next round. Obviously, they've got classics here. And
here and now would be nice.
It would be great. It's something EG would probably do. But yeah, I think you have to accept, especially because 3-man stack early, trying to fight B main. And EG now have that read, and they move towards the A side. It looks like they'll have a much easier time.
You say that, but Heretics have also got the read. It's just about timing. If there can be even a little bit of delay, a smoke's going to go down. This could be perfect. Into the smoke they go. Mixwell gets 1. Now the full force of this Heretics roster is going to be in position. However, they're starting to get mowed down. 𝐒𝐿's found another. Boo through the smoke gets 1 more, but he's traded out as well. 𝐒𝐿 has got another. It's all onto BCJ. 𝐒𝐿𝐄𝐒 with the Sheriff, trying to bait him, but the spike is down deep. There's not much time left on the clock. He's just waiting and watching for the shots on connected. A chance for 𝐒𝐿𝐄𝐒, but he can't quite close the round.
Hey, look, they stack up B. They try to fight you there. You make the read. You go to A. You get in there just before they do. Walk out with 1 player alive. That's not how I thought things were going to go.
Yeah.
But great sign for Heretics. Hell, that's going to get your morale up a whole lot higher. Not only will there be less weaponry to deal with in the next round, because you think about the bonus they would have, Spectres here and there. Instead, they should be playing like 4 players on an eco. Are you going to do that? Are you going to force up into it? Well, it's time to decide. Barrier's already up, and Stingers in hand. Full investment. This is a big play out of EG. If they can fight back here and now, that might just be the end of Heretics.
Yeah, it's still somewhat a half buy. Like, they have saved some
a little
credits.
bit of cash, yeah.
So even a plant might be enough to get them a purchase into the next round, especially with the lower shields. 𝐒𝐿𝐄𝐒 is going to be forced out of there. Never mind, he's dead. Traded by Boo. But that's a weapon on the ground. He needs to get a little bit more. Spam is finding at least a bit of extra damage. The flash throw has put him down. He's on 2 HP. He needs to wait for reinforcements.
He ran into the nade as well. Must have thought that was the last pulse on it. Now rifles retrieved as well. Ethan and BCJ stacked up with Mixwell on 2 health. One of the toughest clutches facing them, and in such an important round. This could set the dominoes on their final cascade. It's time to make that retake happen, and Boostio stopped them with a stinger! Team Heretics, they had to do it here, and now all hope is on Zeke. The 1 versus 2, he knows where they are, but it's a whole different ball game dealing with them. BCJ deals the final blow, 10 rounds for EG. There's gotta be a very, very dark atmosphere in the Heretics camp right now.
Well, they've won 1 round of the last 10.
One of the last 10, Tom. I didn't even... I mean, I know it's not bad. It's 7-1 in a row. We said that, but like... One of the last 10.
It is
This is a map we knew them for, Tom. All of these players, defensive side. Then maybe 𝐒𝐄𝐂 steps it back up. The man was 20-6 in the first half of this series. Unreal.
Oh, they're investing again. The thing is, the way the last half started, their 4-0 began with them doing exactly what EG have just done to them. But they now need a streak of rounds. And if I'm honest, I feel like they need to start it here. It's not the greatest purchase, okay? A Guardian did well for them in the last half. Maybe it can again. And they are desperately hopeful that this man can step up. Trying to play close. Got a little bit of support from Abova, but he goes down, and the trading, the spacing, it's perfect from EG. They don't give them a moment's notice, instantly taking out the A defense. This round is already done.
There can be no doubt at this point the level of play all across our global scene has been elevated at this event, to even in the Alpha group. Some of the cleanest Valorant we've gotten to see, and I think EG just a shining example of it right now. Meticulous play. And there just seems to be no way that Heretics can find those advantages, those ways in, hell, even a glimmer of hope at this point. Saved Bulldogs, some credits. They can try to fight back, but Tom, look, that's gone. We talked about it at the start of this round. You said you wanted to see them started here, and I'd almost disagree a little. I'd say a little lighter than that. I'd say I want to see them at least have promise in this round. Make it close. If you lose it, I'll put that down to the weaker weaponry, but you've got to have the foundations here for that comeback, and we did not see them, not even remotely.
Oh no, and that's the thing. You're looking at the other side of the scoreboard. It is literally every single player performing.
Yeah.
You have got Ethan right up the top. Boostio's been fantastic. BCJ, some of the rounds he's won for them. And then I don't even need to mention 𝐒𝐿𝐿𝐿. He's been so good with just these aggressive sort of plays with comms utility alongside him. They are sublime from top to bottom. And on the other side, unfortunately, that just isn't the case.
You know, I feel like the writing was on the wall in that first half of the first map, Tom. We came out of it tied 6-6, and I said, it is a damn rare thing to see 𝐒𝐿𝐿𝐿 pop off like that, see any player 20-6 at the end of a half, and you are tied neck and neck. In that kind of game, you are dominating. But instead, Heretics were scraping by with a world-class performance out of one of the best duelists in the world. What happens when that slows down? You get slapped. 11-5. 2 rounds needed for EG. Heretics, they haven't even found 2 rounds in the last 11.
Yeah. Yeah. It is optimistic to say they'll turn this back, but they've had a pause. They've had a chat with Neil. Hopefully he's instilled some confidence in them that they can turn this around. Boo's had his chance with the team. This now has to be it.
This is it. Do or die for Team Heretics. Seen so many teams so far, the single elimination format, dealing them a rough hand, have that slower start to the tournament, and there's no way to come back into it. You don't get to have that bad first game and bounce back. You've got to be turned and tuned in from the very get-go. And Heretics, this is their last chance to prove they've got what it takes. Man advantage for them as the push comes into B.
Zeke needs to do well here. Already, 𝐒𝐿𝐿𝐿 goes swinging, but he's put down by Mixwell. Zeke can only get 1. That's the site under their control. 𝐿𝐿 still lurking. Oh, he's a little bit unlucky. Mixwell may be aware, and Ethan's trying to cross. managed to get a bit of space here, and he's not going to get caught. It seems like they've got an idea. It seems like they know that he's around this corner. Maybe not. First goes this way, but he can't quite correct. A round on the board for Heretics. Finally, we see some life in this roster.
Well, it was about time. A round on the board at long last. A dabbing penguin to seal the deal, but well, we're going to need to see 7 more in a row if they're going to take it here and now. Otherwise, OT's their best hope. And okay, we get an early pick out of 𝐒𝐄𝐂, which is great to see. It was a default play from EG. Tried to spread the net, end up getting caught by the op. I wonder what their adaptation will be this time. And actually, it seems to be just a much less passive hold over A. The same default played around mid and B. So BCJ or what? He's going to pop a smoke and then just stay on the boxes, try to deny that aggression.
Yeah, they got their lockdown as well in this round. Blade Storm available. There's plenty they can do. Flash is decent, but it's only a trade. It gives the setup. BCJ gone again. Now this is a bit more of a problem. 2 rounds in a row without having those smokes. They need to almost just find the space, find the gap. And right now, they're potentially peeking in. This lockdown's being used as a ruse, a fake, to try and bait them into the rotation. They're going to use up one ult to try and counter it. And in the meantime, 𝐒𝐿𝐿 has found another. 𝐿 about to come under pressure as well. And in fact, he's somewhat been baited by the fake plant. It's not going to go down, but he knows where they are.
Still hitting the shot, another thing. Great flash, but another player out wide. Not caught. 𝐒𝐿𝐿 grabbing himself another. And we end up 2 versus 2 lockdown. Could be the turning point of this. I mean, that is blocking out all of the control. And 𝐒𝐿𝐿, he's going for it. He's staying aggressive. He just needs the kill. 1 second to go, and it's not going to happen.
No, you can't.
It comes down to that. Bite-sized little niblets. He's chopped up. And we're going to end up with 7 on the board for Team Heretics. A stylish 7th as well.
But that's the thing. We saw mercy in the last map. Maybe it was also the time was low, where they could have ended it with a knife, but while 𝐒𝐿𝐿 has decided that he's not giving that same sort of mercy, the lockdown becomes the crucial part of this round, and just being able to deny. That's the thing. I don't think there's a single moment for 𝐒𝐿𝐿 where he's annoyed by that.
No.
He seems to just be laughing and enjoying it.
Try to spin. Just don't knife me once, you know? Maybe I'll survive long enough to get my gun back out, but you know, that was an ambitious play. Don't you dare! Don't you dare! He's gonna do it right off the rip. So much damage done. I love this man, and there's the follow-up with the stinger. A brave TP on the site for the info, and it works out for a trade.
𝐒𝐿𝐿 is going through. He's pushing in. He's gonna get tagged up by the drone. A chance for him to be taken out almost instantaneously. Now 𝐵oostio desperately low. The rotation now coming back in. But they do have themselves that Odin to almost try and man the cross, to try and deny them back into the site. They will have a decent idea of where he is, though.
I love this, man. Yeah, attack side Odin, it hits different. That's a BCJ call if ever I've seen one. Calm, ready, and waiting. Here comes the big boy! Another kill, and that's shut them down. Heretics only have 𝐿𝐿𝐿 left, and he's revealed.
Okay. What? That was a nasty shot back through. He actually tries to use the dart to bait it, but it doesn't matter. The trade comes out from a teammate. EG, so much spice to this roster's ideas at least. 12 and 7, 5 in a row needed for Heretics just to make OT.
That is nasty, because it's such a hard thing to do, dashing into that Odin still when 𝐵oo, even if he's blind, he can just keep spraying it. The man knows the pattern. But the updraft dash in, that just ruins you. There's no way to track that player. They slide down the roof at such a fast velocity.
While they're swinging as well, they also then, a moment later, put a dart so that then the player looks away and they get the kill. So their utility is doing so much for them.
And they had used it from the shadows at the same time. So like, it's just so much going against you.
Okay.
That's a great early fight for Heretics. They had so many weak weapons here. Okay, they're fully aware. They've naded him, they've flashed him, they've hit him so much, and 𝐒𝐿 will only get the one. Mixwell, though, quite low, and now that he's gone down, this is scarily doable.
Yeah, look at the guns. The remaining 2 players only have stingers. And there's plenty of time for 𝐵oostio to play with. Taking the orb will get him close to having that lockdown online. If he heads back to the B site, well, he grants them weaponry, but at the same time, he gets himself a sublime after plant. Bear in mind, the plant will give him his ult and be able to...
Back.
I mean, they are right on his heels. They're seeing the steps.
They haven't got guns.
They've decided to go through mid. And they've been spotted. Now, the element of surprise was a massive factor with them sneaking up behind, but one player, at least on top mid, Boostio's going to take the risk. A quick rotate, obviously cautious of the continued mid push. And then grab a plant on B. That plant is going to give him a lockdown. And with the turret watching for market and spawn pushes, look at the amount of time he's going to have. They literally could not be further away. The position they are in is as far from B as I think it's physically possible to be. And now, what that means, Tom, Boostio could be anywhere.
He's trying to time this as well with the lockdown. They're going to have to full sprint into this site the second he places it. If he gets the timing right, they might not even be that close by the time they move in. There's the turret. Lockdown not yet used. Holding it at least for the moment, but he is waiting for them to just get that little bit further into the site. With the time ticking, just going to try and battle and waste it as much as humanly possible. The first not quite going to go his way, and they need to get on that diffuser, but they will have plenty of time in the end. Just trying to isolate them, trying to fight them, but it didn't quite work out this time. Heretics, an aggressive play to start the round, and they finish it in turn.
You know, if he had even the slightest idea how far away they were, that lockdown would have been placed with perfect
I guess
timing,
the thought process as well is they're going to run him down anyway. If he puts a lockdown, he not only gives away his position of exactly where he is, but also they'll probably kill him within the time anyway.
They're going to run it.
It's better to have that little bit of secrecy, especially with the nano swarm down. He almost played it so that he could buy time from out
that could be
exactly.
anywhere. The thing is as well, right, for him in that spot, there might be a guy in B main. He spotted someone mid with the alarm bot. He didn't know how close they were to the doors. They could have easily just crept up, been right behind him. He puts that ult down. They know where he is, and then they capture him in the back of the site. So not using it there, completely get it. From our perspective, would have won you the round. But he'll only know that when he watches the VOD back.
Lockdown in play. Full retake being set up, stingers across the board, utility being used, and Comms found the opener. That lockdown's gone. In fact, he's got two. What an incredible Hunter's Fury to start the round. A trade from Evover at least makes this one look feasible, but they are still in a bad spot.
I think he hit both of them with that first Hunter's Fury blast. It must have, because the second one was the one that got the kill on Mixwell, and I don't think anybody had seen him. If he has just blind ulted Mixwell and 𝐒𝐿 shot him, that is the most unlucky timing. They've got stingers on the other side. The ult was one of the only things that they had going in their favor, and comes late. 3 kills for this man, and it's the first time he's fired a shot. They still haven't dealt with him, and by the time they do, there's so many players rooted in on the site. A good attempt, wrapped down to just one. 𝐒𝐿𝐄𝐂 has to do it alone. A stinger, good for the first and the second. EG have done it, and Team Heretics are going home.
They have had so many spicy little set plays, so many incredible ideas from a young squad with an added little bit of experience, and a fantastic coach, it has to be said. They have 2-0'd Heretics out of the tournament. Not the performance would have.
Stop it! That is insane! The guy came in with a stinger, he killed 2 people with his ult, only trying to get one, didn't know where they both were, didn't know where one of them was, and then he kills another with a stinger flank. That is disgusting. Calm, he might be bottom of the scoreboard, but he's on top in my heart.
Well, either way, it is goodbye to Heretics. Definitely showed some promise. We saw a decent performance out of 𝐒𝐿. I think Zeke switching up his roles on this map in particular didn't look bad. And actually, you know what? Mixer over on the KO, I wasn't against it. So I think there's definitely work to be done. But maybe there's more to see of this roster when it goes to the EMEA season.
I'll tell you what, that's a big game for 𝐒𝐿𝐄𝐂 as well. He did a fantastic job, and there it is. The fist bumps to close out the game. Potter, someone that used to be up here with us, Tom.
Yeah.
Now look at her.
Used to be on the stage with them.
Exactly, exactly.
She's been in the game a while, Mitch.
She sure has. She's played, she's coached, she's analyzed, she's cast, she's done it all. And now she's sent EMEA packing.
Honestly, with one of her good friends being Sapphire, I wouldn't be surprised if she's observed as well. I think she's done a lot. She's basically completed esports at this point.
She's probably built that stage, let's be honest. Let's just give it to her. Unreal. Honestly, EG played some serious Valorant, and you could see it from the second BCJ stepped on that stage, looking calm, cool, and collected, in his sunglasses, his tints on. They belong here, and they ain't going anywhere.
not, especially with coming in with some real spikes on map number 1, throwing in a Yoru with some of the players having their first time on a stage, having some great setups around it, moving on to the next map, a map which is much more standardized, and a lot of teams kind of fall into old habits. They were creative, they were exciting to watch, and honestly, they're a team I want to see go far in this event, because this was thoroughly enjoyable. And of course, they're good people out of the server as well.
He tucked the glasses off for the picture, but right back on afterwards. Don't even let the enemy see your eyes. I love it. VG, they have certainly made a statement here today. What an incredible performance from start to finish. Team Heretics going home on the back of...
Not sure actually. The hell? Well, 12-5 और मुझसे कुछ हो ही नहीं.
Match found.
Wherever they run, I will find them.
Oi, Raise! Raise! Balina.
Wait, what? I'm listening to music. Let me just... You say something? What did you say? Reloading.
Reloading.
Scanning ahead.
Go, go, go!
Enemy spotted C.
Enemy mid.
Shock dart. Shock dart.
Spike planted. Last player standing.
I'm over them.
Can I get a drop? Thanks.
Scanning ahead.
There! Enemy mid!
There.
Multiple enemies A.
Spike planted.
Reloading.
Died.
Jets grounded.
Last player standing. Yikes.
None of my stuff has malfunctioned yet. Dude, celebrate that! Can I get a drop? Thanks.
Jet, fly safe.
Joke's over! You're dead!
There!
Who's next?
Revealing area.
Fire in
Deploying drone. Shock dart.
Spike planted. Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
Bottom.
Grenade! Satchel out. Satchel out.
Good stick with it. That's correct.
Last round in the half.
Save nothing.
Can I get a drop? Thanks. Good enough. We can do this.
Revealing area.
Enemy spotted A. Enemy kill. Clocking sight.
Deploying drone. Enemy.
Here comes the party. Satchel out.
Get out of my way!
enemy remaining. Spike planted.
Scanning ahead. Shock dart.
Last player standing. Switching sides. Match point.
You're going to scatter from my stuff. Super easy to pick off.
Gun here.
Gotta find that rhythm. Blocking sight.
Revealing area.
Reloading.
Enemies. Watch here. Enemy spotted C. I got the spike. Spike carriers down.
Spike down, attacker spawn.
Dropped.
Revealing area.
Grenade.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
अबे यार की बीटी प्लेयर हट लूटे के ड्रैग क्लिक करे undo
I have the spike.
30 seconds left.
बॉडी शॉट ही खाली पूछ
Defenders win. Match found. Death match. Warm up.
They have courage, but no one is immune to fear.
Fight!
Stay focused. Night.
Sleep.
Enemy down. Neon stopped. Typical. Bam. İyi geceler.
10 kills remaining.
No more dreams.
5 kills remaining. One kill remaining. Dominating.
If they see me again, I'll bury them all.
Match found.
They have no idea how heartless I am.
The cold air feels wonderful.
No.
Found them. Time to jump.
Reloading.
Enemy spotted.
Cutting their vision.
Planted.
One enemy remaining.
अरे स्किल चुरा ली.
When Reina gets started, it's hard to stop her. I'd like to avoid that, please.
No prisoners.
Cutting through. Reloading.
Target down. My ultimate's ready.
Still in sight.
Come on, let's
Got
go.
you. Still in sight.
Cutting through.
Someone's A.
Go get him.
One enemy remaining. Flawless.
अरे kill them दो.
The pack survives.
Gone here.
The enemy only looks composed. Their hearts tell a different story.
Did I get a drop? Can I get a drop?
Gun here.
You're
Reloading.
done. Time to jump.
Bomb buddy.
Cutting their vision.
Grenade!
Cutting their vision.
I'll handle this. Enemy spotted. Miss.
Spike planted.
One enemy remaining.
एक kill भाई.
Time to jump.
मेरे को लंदर. भाई.
Hey, nice work.
Last round before the switch.
Spend those credits before we use them.
Cutting through. Revealing area.
The hunt begins.
Fake teleport.
Hi! I'm pissed!
Last player standing. Switching sides.
The symphony of death. Don't worry, you get used to it.
Cutting through. Revealing area.
in sight.
Spike down A.
There.
One enemy remaining.
I'm still here, amigo.
Match point.
Hey, I like this game. Time to jump. Deagle.
There they are. Gone. Many enemies.
Reloaded. Someone's aim.
Enemy spotted A.
Spike planted.
Satchel out.
Last player standing.
My quiver is never full.
Insane.
Here.
Spike down A.
They will cover. Here. Reload him.
There.
You can't tell.
30 seconds left.
Who's next?
Last player standing. One enemy remaining. Spike planted.
Come on, let's go!
ভুল করলো এটা
Watch your eyes! No charges left.
Box के
Going
पीछे
up.
Defenders win.
Ah, come on, bro. Like it was gonna happen any other way.
अच्छा ठीक है Hello.
Match found.
শোনা যাচ্ছে না হ্যালো বললাম তো হ্যালো হ্যালো হ্যালো হ্যালো
Select your agent.
হ্যালো হ্যালো হ্যালো এবার যাচ্ছি
Many people died here. Their fear still lingers.
Reloading. Reloading.
I'll find you. Let's go.
Reloading.
Reloading.
Cutting their vision.
Reloading.
Reloading.
Listen.
Spike down B. Last player standing.
They don't have a single life worth saving.
अबे ये जय तो लास्ट गेम में अपने टीम में था ना
कौन
जय जेड था अपने टीम का
अरे हाँ
हाँ
Keep it cool. That's how you survive.
पर अपन ने बाय क्यों किया? अपन हार गए। अरे बैक स्टैब।
Spike down B. Last player standing.
केजे बैक स्टैब नहीं लगा रहा क्या तू?
Killjoy, do you have your soul on you?
लास्ट गेम तो हग रहा था बहन का लोड़ा, अभी इतना क्या खेल रहा है? वही ना, अरे भाई नाच रहा था मेरे सामने आके स्किन के लिए। उसके मारते वो बहन के लौड़े को।
Find you.
हद दिया।
Bring them cutting them. They're blind with fear. Close your eyes.
नाचुदा लौड़े।
Reloading.
कांड कर दो।
Placing swarm grenade. Placing swarm grenade.
One enemy remaining.
अरे यार हक दिया।
Their confidence begins to crack. And a shift? Ah, I can see it.
Anyone feeling generous?
ओमेन फायदे का।
Teşekkürler. Thank you.
तशकुल्ला। बैक स्टेप लगाना कीजिए।
Alarm bot out.
Where are you?
Inside. Our spike's down.
Spike down B.
Try again.
One enemy remaining.
I have the spike.
Still in sight.
Bring them down.
You will barely work here. I'm the last thing they'll see before
अबे भाई एक्स्ट्रा क्रेडिट मिल जाते कर देता प्लांट।
अरे मेरा गेम ग्लिच कर रहा है। वेट वेट।
वेंडल दियो रे ना, वेंडल दे स्किन है तो ड्रॉप देगा इसमें। मेरे पास क्रेडिट नहीं है, माय बैड।
Can I
Need a
get
drop.
this? Can I get this?
Need a drop. Thank you. I have this bike.
Reloading.
नॉटी बॉय मेरा किल ले गया।
Reloading. Yeah.
Find you.
Initiated. Mark one.
Cutting their way.
Bring them down. Reloading.
Plant.
Nowhere to run!
Clear. Placing swarm grenade.
Spike planted.
Placing
My ult
swarm
went.
grenade. Alarm
see
bot
it.
out. Turret out.
Still in sight.
Where's everyone hiding?
Oh, my bot. Swarm grenade out.
सेव कर ले, सेव कर ले।
Last player standing.
हग दिए, हग दिए, हग दिए।
Clutch.
Calculated. Is everyone's tech still working? Double check it, please.
अरे नहीं चाहिए भाई। बंडल दो, बंडल दो, बंडल दो।
Need a drop.
My world.
Joke's over! You're dead!
Where are you?
Spike down B. Bring them down. I have the spike. Last player standing. Spike down B.
Wait until I blind them to strike.
Can I get this?
Need a drop. Thank you.
कीजिए वेंडल दो, वेंडल दो।
Can I get this?
मैं यहाँ पे पिक निकालने का ट्राई करता हूँ।
वेंडल, वेंडल।
Thanks.
They are mine.
And I'll find you.
सेव कर लो, दो बंदे का बाया सेव कर लो। अल्ट होल्ड।
I dropped the spike.
I got a spike. Nice.
रोटेट मारना, पीछे रोटेट मार।
Last player standing.
Look your enemy in the eye. It helps with accuracy.
ये चलो।
Placing alarm bot.
Need a drop.
Can I get this?
Need a drop. Embarrass them.
There. Where are you?
अबे
डोर क्यों ओपन किया?
Bot assist. Last player standing. Spike carrier killed. That Viper believes she's in control. She is not.
घुसो ना पूरा एक साइड हो जाएगा।
चलो बी चलते मैं स्मोक देता हूँ तुम्हें।
अल्ट दे दो क्या बी पे घुसते हो फटाफट।
दे
घुस लो बस, अल्ट वेस्ट मत करो।
Their fears betrayed them. Alarm bot out.
भाई कवर तो दो। नहीं
Cutting their vision.
भाई रेना एंट्री दिला ना, फ्लैश यूज कर यार।
We're done.
Last player standing.
They will scurry, and then they will die.
भाई वो न्यूबड़ा टॉप फ्रैग कर रहा है, देख बहन का लौड़ा। हम लोग की टीम में तो नहीं खेल रहा था।
इको कर लो यार, अगला बाय करते हैं। यार इको कर लो,
Alarm bot out.
इको कर लो यार।
बीपन फॉरवर्ड आ रहा
साइफर
है।
साथ में, साइफर साथ में।
I get what I want.
साइफर साथ में आ जा बे।
There.
और ट्रैप लगा।
ये पुश करेगा बहन का लौड़ा। मार इसको।
लो है।
Nightmare, take them.
Stay inside.
Find you. Bring them down.
बैक स्टेप आ रहा है।
एक बैक स्टेप होगा।
The fun begins.
प्लांट कीजिए, किधर है?
Spike down B. One enemy remaining.
Should have run.
Reloading. Wash up, man. Keep fighting.
ये मेरी
Rest
जान,
is over.
तेरे पास स्पाइक है तो तू जा ना साइड।
Can I get this? Thanks.
उनका फिनिक्स वापस ए मेन पे पुश करेगा।
ए मेन बी मेन डायरेक्ट मत जाओ, डायरेक्ट पुश करते हैं।
बी मेन पे उनका फिनिक्स पुश करेगा, देखना अल्ट मार के।
Get out of my way.
Joke's over! You're dead!
Reloading.
एक बैक स्टेप आएगा, बैक स्टेप इधर रोक से आएगा मुश्किल।
Variable removed.
नाइस, बोला था ना।
बी मेन अभी भी वैसे नहीं।
नहीं ए जा बी जा रेना, बी जा। जल्दी भाग, कोई नहीं है।
Cutting their vision.
प्लांट दे।
Planted.
तेरे पास आई है, ठीक है।
Placing it inside.
Cover is this.
यहीं पे रहे।
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
मेन बी
Clutch. Last round in the half.
Buy what you need. Otherwise, we're going to look very stupid.
হ্যালো
ड्रॉप
শুনতে পাচ্ছিস?
Need a drop.
ड्रॉप दे।
হ্যালো
जीत ड्रॉप नहीं होगा।
Can I get this?
अरे होगा होगा क्यों नहीं होगा। अरे
देख
कुछ
ले।
नहीं रहा मेरे को। दे दे इधर दे।
मुझे
स्किन दे स्किन।
Thank you.
Handle
For you, hermanita.
Can I get this?
छोड़।
Nowhere to run!
बैकस्टैप देखो।
Someone is B.
Reload now.
Very good damage.
They will cover.
Viper down.
अरे बैकस्टैप
Spike down. Attacker spawn.
ये चलो टावर है चल
टावर पे
प्लांट
Planted.
डर मुझे सब बहुत गंदा मारेंगे।
भाई तो साइड पर कंबल ओढ़ के सो जा भाई।
Nightmare takes them! Mark one.
Switching sides.
Sure.
Don't die. You need help figuring out how.
Turret out.
केजे ड्रॉप पे टरट लगा देना।
Turret out. Time for
ए फुट्स
ये कोई नहीं है।
मल्टीपल भी in sighting.
Bring them down.
Spike down B.
आर्केड
मेरे पीछे से आ गया यार।
Last player standing.
अरे आर्केड देखने बोला मैंने।
One enemy remaining.
साइड है।
साइड अरे
मैं ऊपर टीपी कर रहा था।
You can trust my boss. They only malfunctioned that one time, and honestly, she won't miss that finger.
ये मल्टीपल मेरा मैं।
Shadows traveling.
Sense.
$52.
Spike planted. Last player standing.
वो 52 था भाई दादा। वाइपर जिसपे तो होगा।
Make
मैंने
their
तो
fear
90
your
दिया।
weapons. Or use a gun.
भाइपर কোথায় পাচ্ছে আমাদের সাইফার আচ্ছা ওদের স্পেক্টার
Need a drop.
टॉप को ही लगाते हैं। ए पीछे आ पीछे आ पीछे आ पीछे आ।
ड्रॉप देखना
भाई बैक स्टेप आ रहा ओमन टिप फिनिक्स
सेंड
मार मार भाई मार।
वाइपर को मारा क्या?
Spike planted.
भाई साइफर तू थोड़ा बहन को लंडेगा।
पीछे जा रहे हो।
Last player standing.
डिफ्यूज दे डिफ्यूज। भाई जेट ना बी घूम के आ गया ए पे पता है। और एक कैम लगा के बैठा।
बी क्यों छोड़ा तुम लोगों ने?
भाई ये कैंप था मुझे लगा बी पूरा देख रहा है।
Don't panic.
और तू के ये चूती है क्या? तेरे को पता है वो इधर पुश कर देना वो इस पे तू क्या ही करेगा किधर ही भागेगा? फैंटम भी है तेरे पास।
नहीं चल रहा ना एम नहीं चल रहा ना थोड़ा गेम सेंस से खेल ले ठीक है। एम नहीं चला तो कोई बात नहीं गेम सेंस लगा भाई टीम बेट मत कर।
और कॉल्स तो दो वो लोग कहाँ गए यहाँ पे? इसका जेट यहाँ से मार रहा है मेरे को लाइक व्हाट द फक।
Joke's over. You're dead.
भी आएगा
भी है
कुछ शॉट नहीं
भाई।
Spike planted.
Arcade jet.
Silence. 3 kills.
डिफ्यूज
Last player standing.
भाई मैंने बोला था डिफ्यूज दे फिर।
तो नीचे रही है क्या चबाएट? सेक्टर दे तो जीत।
मैं कवर देता ना
ये तो
पुश कर रहा है।
मैंने भाई ओबेन को कर दिया म्यूट। बहुत गड़बड़ कर रहा है।
गड़बड़ उसके गेम प्ले में बता देना उसे।
Get out of my way.
केयर भी
Shadows traveling.
केयर भी
Welcome to my world. Kill my bot. No more Sova.
यहाँ पे एक है।
Player standing. One enemy remaining.
I can hold an area pretty well myself. Make sure to cover the angles I can't.
दे फैंटम दे।
Need a drop.
केजे यहाँ पे ये लगा। हेवन देख लिया मैंने।
On my mark. Turret out.
We win. We survive.
ये कुछ कर
हेवन देख ड्रॉप देख।
साइपर बॉट से
शूट या ओमन भाई।
Placing swarm grenade.
ओमन तो चूतिया है क्या? देख रहा हूँ तो तेरे को क्या जरूरत है उधर ही देखने का?
Spike planted. Cutting their vision. Last player standing. Still in sight.
They look like us, but are they us? I have so many questions.
Oh man, bro, is something wrong with you? Is something wrong with you, bro? Is everything okay?
साला बायो नहीं है हमसे था। ए
ये मल्टीपल है।
Spike down A. They will cover.
I'm missing.
Joke's over. You're dead.
Backstab.
There. Spike's here. Can't use that yet. Swarm grenade out. Where are you?
बोले रो पे আছে তো ডান দিকে দরজা খুলবি না
कहां पे है
Last player standing.
কভার দিচ্ছে না কেউ কাউকে স্যার
কভারই দিল না আমাকে ভাই।
Match point.
Where are we going this time? Remember what worked in the past.
Turret out. Where are they?
Targeted.
Let go.
ये रुक तुझे भी रुक ये रुक
One enemy remaining.
Sweet dreams,
Asshole. Stay alive. I want their life, not yours.
वाला तो घंटे के इन्हीं खिले अच्छे
ये तो भी ये और सियोर ये तो
turret out.
Let's blind their scouts.
ए डिस्क जेट डिस्क
Last player standing.
GG's.
You're dead.
চালু কর
আমি খেলবো না আমি বেরোচ্ছি
আরে ঠিক আছে
Match found.
What do you say, drone? Ready to stretch your wings?
Fight!
Deep breath.
On Haven. And it looked like this one could have been. Could have got that hands very, very fast. But now comes the serious uphill climb. If MIBR have a decent economy and start to get their ults rolling, are they actually capable of bringing it to Talon?
We've seen comebacks fashioned yesterday from seemingly unwinnable scenarios, but MIBR are also capable of the same. Flash into the garage. Turret's going to be taking contact. And now, Trailblazer to lead them in, lets them break that turret. Less tools to really think about. Cruz, what sort of play are you going for? That's a paranoia, and he slipped his way into the B site while this hit comes through. Talon just not clearing the log section, and Frozen got absolutely huge. 3 in a round, anchoring it for his team, but eventually cleaned up.
And now things get scary here. If you pardon the pun, because Cruz on the smokes for Talon is in such a great position again. What? Oh, the Prowler saw him, but he reacted too slowly.
He knows where he is, but look at that coordination, no hesitancy.
And it's
Talon.
Cruz.
It's instantaneous.
Oh my God, Cruz is putting on a masterclass. He finds where the B player was holding. Morris over in the C connector, hits him with a paranoia so he can't hear him teleport, and then goes towards the A connector, where he's thinking there's much less likely a player holding there. And despite all of the heroics from FRZ on site, the backstab play just gets everything.
He's just different right now. Something about the calling, the way he's playing individually, how intelligently he's playing. On top of that, just individually putting on a world-class performance. I mean, 21-8. I did not think this guy would be capable of it, but it's looking like Marv's in the seat.
Yeah, it really does. I think part of it might just be that he's got tons more freedom as the lurker. MIBR taking a timeout here, and they've got so much to fix. MIBR did try to push out A lobby in that round. So we saw a little bit of their aggression. It was JCC and Heat going up towards A lobby, seeing if they could get a flank play off. But they just lost the rest of the map far too quickly. It still came down to a 2v2, but a 2v2 where they just had no idea where Cruz was. And he made the enormous play once again. So many rounds where that's happened. They need to put someone on permanent Cruz control. Oh, it's an awful joke.
That was a horrible, horrible
I was trying to find a different word there. I really was.
Just awful.
But someone needs to mark this guy.
Yeah.
You need
It's
to be tracking
difficult,
his
though.
movements around the map. And especially when he has his ult online. I mean, he could be anywhere.
You never find so many openings for them, but now Talon. Again, that pace just increased with the tempo. And it's really just being pushed into these forward positions. Even a stun into the close corner from Heaven, though. It's Bulldog in play. It's not the best weapon for the job, but it does enough to at least soften up the players who might have been swinging. Now a showstopper as well. Unleashed, but it's caused a bit of an evacuation. Cruz does not have his ult online. They can't reclaim the spike as easily.
But these are the moments where MIBR has been throwing rounds away. They're 5v3. They need to stabilize, and they still don't know that Cruz is here. JZZ is watching. They're scared now. They're paranoid.
Yeah.
And with good reason.
It's time to be a bit more aware of it when these lurks are fashioned out of nowhere. Because there's been the gaps in a lot of their protocols that have just been losing them these rounds. Not much the remaining players of Talon can do against that one. The crossfire a little bit too strong. Prime Gaming flawless, so MMBR be able to carry those rifles forwards.
And that's crazy important. That's another thrifty, or at least a half buy, even if it doesn't count as an official thrifty. The economy is just not. I mean, it has been a factor because it was such a big problem for MIBR in the first half, but with the amount of thrifty and half buy wins that we've had, the economy is not correlating with people's success particularly. They're just, both teams have playmakers and gaps in their game where the Sheriffs are weaving shots through. Same defensive setup here for MIBR.
Flash to push back Talon. Do have utility at least. Okay. Put a random spam down into the bottom of mid, so Murrays does claim that one. Picks it up out of seemingly nowhere, and they do deal with Cruz once more, who was going for a cheeky little lurk. But moments like this, you look at the way that these rounds are beginning for a team like MIBR. He don't want to be giving away rifle. Plays being made, but the guy's clearly feeling confident. 2 kills for him, but ultimately falling.
Those are the kind of plays you go for when you're trying to build up your own confidence.
Fox now just waiting for an opportunity. Wrong timing to take that one with the peak, but what I wanted to say going into that round is that there's been so much emphasis from MIBR, I think, in terms of controlling that A lobby. You see the Season A being used almost off the rip. Many rounds now since they got onto this defensive side, but might be worth pivoting to maybe outside double doors, trying to get something going in grass of it.
Yeah.
Changing up the setup, maybe.
MIBR have previously gone for aggressive plays towards grass, towards pushing mid in different games in the offseason.
It would get so much value.
They haven't done any of it here, but I think when Talon are on 11, it's just too risky.
Yeah.
Like, that's just not something that players intuitively want to do, to take risks like that when Talon are so close to winning. And it's more A lobby control. Oh, and I've seen this one before. Heat pushing up into A lobby, taking the space off the back of the horn. It's absurd, but he loves it.
I mean, it's just absurd, isn't it? This guy's not even playing a role where he can really just try and counteract this card. It's just hitting the nastiest snap I've ever seen.
The ball has been fumbled in Garage. Absolute fumbling. It looked like a great setup and the 2 players were vulnerable, but that could be a death blow.
That's a brutal one to lose, isn't it? Any sort of player advantage. Sushi boys watching for it with JJ's Age just falling. Back of the site, Murrays bides his time. The patience is good there to claim that 1 kill. But the trouble is he's got this operate. I mean, the guy's just not set up for any sort of retake. Murrays is on an island right now playing by himself with the one-way smoke setup. He still wants to play this one. Does he realize that there's an opportunity presented for him? Aftershock, there you go, 1 kill found. Doesn't know where the remaining players are. One flanking him in no time, no angles given. And he just saving the operator while all that was going on.
So many map points here. So many chances for Talon to be able to win this. What a performance from Garner. Busting his way through Garage.
I can't believe this, man. When have we ever seen a rookie performance like this? This guy, such little experience. I mean, we saw the stat, the 22nd game of Valorant, in professional Valorant for him.
Yeah.
He hasn't had that match experience. This guy is a rookie player.
I'm going to be honest, I feel like we saw this a bit from Surf, his predecessor, where he just came out and was immediately super confident, believed in the team, followed all of the utility.
Oh.
Hello.
Well, here's the play I was talking about. Sees nade out of double doors. And it should catch some value with the stun as well. 2 players! Satchel up into the air, Garnet survives! There's no way. But eventually he will claim his prize. Not going to get that denied from him too quickly. Still a flash into the side. Aftershock is just not fast enough to push them back, including this lockdown. And Talon on map point, taking all the space in the world towards B. The lockdown cannot be destroyed. Pushing them out of position. This flank is being watched now by Cruz and the rest of them. A showstopper. It's got to get value. Rolling Thunder. It is just chaos all over the bloody place. Where does this go? Lands up top. Skipping a hop. He does survive. Now a Prowler on top of it, and a 3 swing from Sushi Boys. An absolutely ridiculous play occurring all over the place. One after the other. The lockdown now online, spray down, but coverage is there. MIBR, they rescued a round from the grips of defeat.
Miracles in Brazil. That was an absurd round. And Fuzzy just jumping and hopping, skipping around with a classic in his hand. If he doesn't get that one, it's done, it's over.
So many things that could have gone wrong with that.
Yeah, it's not a solid game plan on the retake, is it? It's magic.
It's all over the place.
But that's only one of the chances that they've denied Talon. There's still a ton left.
Yeah.
Actually, though, Talon deciding to force buy into this round with a Stinger and a Spectre. So, unusual decision in my opinion. Normally you don't want to take disadvantageous fights, but you also don't expect Heat to be missing those kind of shots.
This guy is normally such a consistent operator player. Now the showstopper online. That's a direct hit. Garnet's just ripping a pathway right into the site, and it's vacuum right up. Talon taking map number 1.
Silence in the crowd completely there. What a performance. What a play. The MIBR fans, they're still going. There's still chances, but it is Talon that has struck a decisive first blow in this series. 13-8. And they were in control.
They were in control of this entire map. This is so surprising to me. I think most people anticipated that MIBR would be the ones coming out swinging. Talon, you know, we were interviewing Cruz and the guy was saying, listen, we've had to split our practice up. Hadapan wasn't able to play. You know, haven't had that much practice playing with Garnets in this roster.
You couldn't believe it.
And look at this performance.
It is magical, Brent. Just to reiterate what you're saying, Hadapan was supposed to be playing, and he's stayed home to have wrist surgery. So they've had to get Garnet, a 6th player, in to play at this event. They've also lost one of their star players. Everybody would have expected them to be turning up to an event like this with Scary, but he decided to take an Ascension contract instead. Get the bag, King. I appreciate it. But that also meant that we were assuming they didn't have a Star Smokes player on this roster. Oh my God, how wrong we were. Cruz was top.
Just filthy. I mean, the guy was finding so many opportunities. Deep pushes, lurks all around on both halves of the map.
Yeah.
Just able to just create those openings time and time again.
And I think one of the big strategic problems that I'm sure Loud's former coach, VCT, is going to be talking to them about behind the stage when this is, you know, in the break between the maps, I think one of the big strategic failings was MIBR never controlled the tempo. They never controlled the pace. And part of that was economical because they were always on the edge of going out. But part of it is just, we didn't see that level of aggression from them on the attack side. They were always waiting, always trying to play reactive. And on the defense, we didn't see those classic MIBR pushes either.
Yeah, so it's all a little bit missing from the overall game plan. It's a little bit interesting, I think, as well. And it really does shake up this series because it did not go the way we expected, at least initially here for map number 1. But that's going to do it. For that, still the series continues. We'll see even more after this break.
ठीक है। बस मैं कल चला जाऊंगी। उश, उश।